Hi everyone, this is Ashmit Saxena. Again, a new series that is Git series. Now, in this series, I'm gonna post everything related to Git and GitHub in a very short videos. So today, I'm gonna discuss what is Git and GitHub. What is the difference between Git and GitHub? So if you're studying coding, you must have heard the terms Git and GitHub. They're used interchangeably. So are they same? Absolutely not. They're not same. So give me a few minutes. I'm gonna explain you in such a way that you're never gonna confuse in these words again. So for Git, imagine that you are working on a piece of code and it got deleted accidentally, or you can say you are working in a team on a project, and say if you are working on a home page, and there are 5 coders working on the home page. Each one is editing that home page only. So who will track that which edit is done by whom, and by any chance if some edit gone wrong, then how will you roll back to that to the earlier one? So this is where the Git comes in use. So basically this is kind of differences that I made for you, but I'll come to this later. Before, I'll explain what is Git and GitHub by some analogies. So imagine, as I told you, your basically what is Git? It is a version control system. Now, what is version control system? You can say it is a time machine for the coders. Basically, imagine that I am making a payment gateway. So let's say there are 5 steps in making a payment gateway. I made step 1, that is working absolutely fine. Then I made the second changes, phase 2, that is working absolutely fine. Now I made the third one, and by any chance the third one went wrong. So now what? I have to start from first phase, or I should roll back to the second phase and then start working on the third phase only. So this is where the Git use. If I would not be using the Git, then I have to remove all the code, I have to delete all the code and then start from the first phase. But since I use Git, I will only roll back to the phase 2, and then I'll start making the phase 3 once again. Okay? Now if I talk about GitHub, so what is GitHub? GitHub is basically a cloud where we host our repositories. ठीक है, समझ नहीं आया? No problem. So basically you can say Git is something you are creating a Word file in your laptop, and now you are sharing the Word file editable link to someone else. So basically what is happening, this file is with 2 people, you and your friend. You both can edit in that file. Okay? So similarly, let me show you something how GitHub looks. Okay? github.com. This is what a GitHub is. So basically this is a website, this is a service. Okay? Instead, what is Git? It is just a tool, it is a software. So इसमें क्या होता है? Now here I am creating a repository, let's say, or I'm not gonna create, I have many. So let's say this one. So here what happened, this I made one file and uploaded here. Now anyone with this link can get this file, and also he can download this file in his own computer, that is download zip. Okay? So basically what is Git? It is kind of a tool or a software that tracks your coding, your codes. And what is GitHub? It is basically a cloud where you host your files, and anyone of your friend or your team members can see it, can edit it. Now coming to the main differences that I wrote for you all, guys. So basically what is the mission of the Git? To provide a fast, reliable and distributed system for tracking changes in a software development. Basically in software development, there is not a single file, there is not a 2 file, there are not a 3 file, there are multiple files, there are multiple small projects in a major project. So there it is used to track the changes in a software development. What is the vision? Empower developers to work independently while enabling powerful collaborations. Okay? Here are some key points. Basically it is a version control system that I told you about, a time machine. अगर मेरा phase 3 खराब हो गया, then I'll just do this and I'll return to phase 2 again. ठीक है? And track changes in your code. So basically, if you say that in a team there are 10 members and 10 members are doing some changes, अभी कोई एक चेंज गलत हो गया, and so the team leader can see that who did this wrong change, and he can directly let him know that here you did this wrong or something. So it tracks the changes of your code. It can work offline. So basically आप अपने इस पे laptop पे you can download the software on your laptop and it works fully offline. It is a software as I told you, or you can say it is a tool too. Then it was especially built for Linux kernel. Basically, this was made by the same developer, same engineer who built Linux. So it was first built for the Linux kernel especially, and then since Microsoft acquired this Git and GitHub, it got changes, and then it is a very widely used tool for the developers. Now, what is the philosophy? Give developers control and reliability. So it gives the full control and reliability to the developers. Now talking about GitHub, to build a home for all developers. Now you must have heard there are collaborations on GitHub. So basically, if I made a software and I want your suggestions, if you can do some changes in my software, then I can post it to GitHub. I can share the link, and you can send some requests that I have made these changes. If I like those changes, then I can accept those changes, and my software will be changed according to that only. Okay? So it is a kind of home for all developers. Now Vision enable everyone anywhere to build software together. Okay? Key concepts: a cloud-based hosting platform, store all Git repositories online. It needs internet since it is a website. It is a website and service acquired by Microsoft in 2018 for $7.5 billion. Such a great amount. Then if I talk about philosophy, connects developers and make collaboration seamless. So this was a small difference about Git and GitHub. Now I'll be continuing in next video of the series. I'll be showing some or important commands of GitHub and Git that you must know if you're starting coding. So do follow if you are starting coding and know more about Git and GitHub. Thank you so much.